Hi, Raven Blues Tarot Card Readings and more. With a little more. This is going to be my educational feature on each card. We're going to start with the Major Arcana and we're going to look at the Fool. Now, I'm using the Rider-Waite deck because it's the universal deck, really. And it's what most other decks are derived from. The images are the ones we're used to seeing when we talk about tarot cards. And here is the Fool. Now, as you look at him, he's coming down the side of a cliff and he's right on the precipice of it. He's about to walk over the cliff. Now, while that may seem dangerous, it's really not. It's about taking a step or a leap of faith into something new. Now, the Fool is doing it. He's carrying his little hobo backpack on his stick, and it has the all-seeing eye on it, which means he's taking all of his experience from his past life with him into the new life. But he's also carrying a flower in his hand, which indicates to me that he's got a new outlook on things. He's not taking his old life with him, he's just taking the wisdom that he's gained from it. Now, at his heels, there's a little dog barking up at him, telling him to be careful. Now, those are all the things that along your way, when you're heading out into new things, warn you of the dangers of that new territory. Now, all of that put together with the sun right behind him, shining brightly so that he could see everything, but notice he is looking up, not looking at his path, so he doesn't see that he's about to step out into something new, even though it's well lit. Hence him being the Fool. Now, does that mean he's foolish? No, not usually. What it means is that he's facing the unknown. And when you don't know what's coming your way, and you don't know what the next step will bring, you feel like you just don't know anything. Nothing could be farther from the truth, because you have all of your experiences in this life, taking it with you on that new path. But there are other things in the card that pop out at me, like the Fool. What does that mean? Well, it means that you need to take a fresh look at things. Maybe you're not heading out onto a new path. Maybe you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again, but you need to find a new way of looking at it. Or if you're in a relationship, you need to find that spark that makes it feel all new again. That excitement, that build up, maybe you should tease each other a little bit and work towards that excitement level again. If you're heading into school, maybe you need to look at things like, okay, if you've been doing something and you have experience in that field and you're in school to learn new things about this field, maybe you need to look at it like you don't know anything. And you'd be surprised at how many new things you can learn if you are always looking for information that you've never heard before. That's true in life too. So there's a couple of different ways you can look at this card. And I always go, when I pull a card, I have to go with the feelings that I'm having. What is popping out at me about this card right now? And right now, what I see most is the dog and the all-seeing eye. And what does that mean to me? Well, I have to take into account, what does the dog mean? Well, there's someone there to protect you from your dangers. But if the all-seeing eye from the past life is sticking out at me, you already know what the dangers are. You just have to be mindful of them and make sure that when you step onto the new path, you're not stepping on a landmine that you know is already there. Sometimes in life we keep going through the same steps and we keep making the same motions and we don't realize why we're doing it. The Fool gives us the insight to look for those reasons why, and to look at things a little bit differently than we've ever looked at them before. Because if we're worried about the path we're on and we're looking for new things, maybe we need to look at the path we're on with new eyes. And there are so many different combinations of things that you can see in this card that might pop out at you. Like, what do the flowers on his tunic mean to you? What do those colors, and which color is sticking out at you if you're reading the cards? What does that color mean for you? And even if someone else is reading your cards and you see something that's sticking out at you, maybe you can use that insight to help with their interpretation of your cards. And you can import that into your own life and use that knowledge. Well, hope you enjoyed this. And we'll be back next week with another card.